Something about the way they looked at each other right before the final words landed felt heavier than a simple schedule update. Cat Deeley's voice stayed light, almost playful, yet there was a quiet pause that stretched just long enough for viewers to lean in. Ben Shephard picked up the thread with that familiar warmth of his, confirming what so many already sensed was coming. Their last show for the summer. The sofa would be someone else's for the next few weeks. It wasn't dramatic. No long speeches. No heavy goodbyes. Just the gentle, matter-of-fact announcement that they would be stepping away while Alison Hammond, Dermot O'Leary and a rotating cast of familiar faces kept the mornings turning. And yet the moment settled differently. You could almost feel the collective intake of breath across living rooms. This morning has always been more than a program. For so many people it is the steady companion that sits with them through the ordinary hours of the day. Cat and Ben have, over the past couple of years, become the faces that made those ordinary hours feel a little more companionable. Their chemistry never felt forced. It felt lived in. The easy banter, the shared glances, the way one would finish the other's thought without ever seeming to try. When that rhythm is about to pause, even for a few weeks, the studio atmosphere shifts in ways that are hard to name but easy to feel. Some viewers later said they noticed the smallest things. The way Cat's smile lingered a fraction longer than usual. The way Ben's usual crisp energy softened at the edges. It almost seemed as though both of them were already half thinking about the school holidays, the family time, the rare stretch of mornings that would not begin with the bright lights of the set. Others online interpreted the exchange as pure professionalism. Just two presenters doing what presenters have always done at this time of year. Stepping back so the show can refresh itself with new combinations and new energy. Both readings can sit side by side. What makes the announcement linger is the quiet understanding that sits behind it. Daytime television asks a particular kind of presence. It asks hosts to arrive every weekday looking ready for whatever the next 2.5 hours might bring. Guests with heavy stories. Cooking segments that refuse to behave. Sudden news that needs careful handling. Cat and Ben have carried that responsibility with a lightness that never felt careless. When they tell the audience they will be gone for a while, it is not only a logistical note. It is a small reminder that the people on the other side of the screen also need the same ordinary things the rest of us do. Time with children. Time away from the camera. Time to simply not be on. There is something almost tender about the way the show handles these transitions. Alison and Dermot have long been the Friday anchors, already part of the extended family. Their return for longer stretches feels less like a replacement and more like the house being looked after by relatives while the main occupants take a break. The guest presenters who rotate through the summer weeks bring their own flavor, their own chemistry, their own way of settling into the familiar blue sofa. Viewers get the novelty of new pairings while still recognizing the same furniture, the same kitchen, the same sense that mornings will continue. Yet the absence is still felt. Many people watching admitted they found themselves glancing at the screen in the first few days of the break and registering the difference. The rhythm is not quite the same. The particular way Cat would tilt her head when listening, the particular warmth in Ben's voice when he steered a difficult conversation toward safer ground. Those small, almost invisible habits become noticeable only when they are no longer there. Television culture has always been fascinated by the idea of the presenting marriage. Two people who spend more weekday hours together than many real couples do. Over time the audience begins to feel they know the texture of that relationship. The teasing. The mutual support. The shared understanding of how to keep a live show moving when something unexpected happens. When that partnership steps back for a few weeks, the emotional register of the program changes in ways that are subtle but real. Some viewers feel a mild sense of dislocation. Others simply accept it as part of the seasonal rhythm of the show, the same way they accept that Christmas will bring special editions and the summer will bring different faces. There is also the quieter question of what the break means for the hosts themselves. After years of early starts and the constant readiness that live television demands, the chance to step fully into family life for a stretch of weeks carries its own emotional weight. Cat has spoken in the past about the particular demands of balancing the job with young children. Ben has always seemed to carry the dual life of presenter and family man with a certain steady grace. Their announcement, light as it was, still carried the sense of two people who understand the value of the time they are about to reclaim. And perhaps that is why the moment continues to sit with people. Not because anything dramatic was said. Not because there was tension or uncertainty. But because it was a small, human recognition that even the most polished television partnerships need space to breathe. The cameras will keep rolling. The sofa will still be occupied. The morning conversations will still happen. Yet for a little while the particular energy that Cat and Ben bring will be elsewhere, living the ordinary days the rest of us live. Maybe what stayed with viewers wasn't just the announcement itself, but the gentle reminder that the people we invite into our homes every morning also need to leave those homes from time to time. And perhaps that is why moments like this continue to spark conversation long after the credits have rolled. What did you notice when they said the words? Did the atmosphere in your own living room shift even a little? I'd love to know what you felt watching it.